Speech given by Senator Henry Cabot Lodge, Jr., Part 3. Let the people decide on war or peace. Of course, this is not the only aspect of the matter which should have been submitted to Congress. The sending of destroyers make us a partner in the hostilities. Whether or not you agree with this, should not the people have a say in so vital a matter? It makes the American people a partner in the enforcement of the blockade. Whether or not you agree with this, should not the people have a say in so vital of a matter? I submit not only that they should have a say, but that we should know more. We should know what more weapons of ours it is planned to send. With rumors current that 2/3 of our aircraft production is going abroad, the time has come for us to settle this question. Either we want to train American boys to fly military planes or we do not. If we do, the planes must be here. We vitally need every flying fortress is the next section. We also hear of a plan to send 32 of our 4-engine bombers, the so-called Flying Fortress, abroad. We have 46 of these planes. No one has ever suggested that these ships were obsolete. They are so modern and up-to-date as to be almost unique. European nations, having to fight in congested areas, have not set so much store by the long-range plane as we have, who are situated between two vast oceans. We must, of course, look toward Europe, but we must also look towards the Pacific and towards the Caribbean. These are areas in which long-range planes are of the utmost value. I pass over the fact that we do not allow a man to fly one of these planes until he has been flying for 4 years. If these ships were sent abroad, they would almost inevitably be flown by inexperienced crews with a consequently greater risk of destruction or of falling into enemy hands. Very few pilots in Europe have flown a 4-engine ship or have had experience as a member of a crew of a 4-engine ship. See, now who's going to be paying for these that we were giving away? The taxpayer. At least one person was speaking of frugality, of accountability of funds. It is a very complex job, and we cannot train men in the operation of these ships unless we have the ships. We ought to have 1,000 of them. We only have 46. It would indeed be deplorable if we found ourselves left with only 14. $250,000, 1 year to build. No, that you got to really crank that up nowadays for the ones. You're talking trillions, billions of dollars for one ship here, regardless of what method of transport it is. Nor should we forget that these planes cost about $250,000, and then when production really gets underway, the time required to manufacture a Flying Fortress will be at least 1 year. Secret deals. Moreover, the papers are full of stories that another deal is contemplated whereby our Navy is to be given the use of foreign naval bases in the extreme Far East. Singapore and Malaya and a port in Borneo are mentioned. Every high school student knows that a base in the American hemisphere is one thing, and a base on the opposite side of the globe is another. This would be a grievous, dangerous step towards trouble. When matters of this kind are any one of which would be a major congressional issue in ordinary times. Remember, we're not under ordinary times because we're under the National Emergency Act, and we're under the War Powers Act, and Patriot, and 1-2 Victory, 1-2, and I mean, they're burying us in these people. So, just, there you go, you know. All right. What matters of this kind, any one of which would be a major congressional issue in ordinary times, are settled secretly by the executive. See, hear that? Are secretly settled by the executive. It is small wonder that American citizens ask themselves if the executive can do these things without action by Congress. Can he not also declare war without Congress? Well, yes, he can. We've seen that. Our job. In conclusion, I say America faces certain dangers. America faces the danger of entering this terrible war because we are so weak that some nation will provoke us. The remedy for this is preparedness. America faces the danger of entering the war because we provoke some other nation. The remedy for this is national self-control. and a leadership which thinks first of America always. We face a third danger. If we enter a war that is not successful, then everything we prize would be destroyed. Oh, there's another danger. Your future mortgaged to the hilt, never being able to come out from underneath that debt. To this day, and to the foreseeable future of any life being left alive on this planet, for that matter. Well, got to keep it clean for the little kitties. Maybe somebody will do this for a series in their sociology class for their school. So, got to keep it presentable, folks. That's our new standard of criteria we must adhere to. But we can do it as long as we get this information out. I want you to hear this. All right, we need not get in. My fellow citizens, woefully unprepared, America is in peril of entering this war. A war which would destroy this republic as we have always known it. The dreadful drift is on, moving steadily and stealthily like a thick, dank mist across our consciousness. By preparing America, by being single-minded in our allegiance to America, what about Pledge of Allegiance? What about God Bless America? Oh, these are all things we can't do anymore. It's politically incorrect. We can stop this fatalistic assumption that we are sure to get in. We need not get in. We must not get in. Let us stop this drift towards war. The next series I'll do later today, because it's already into tomorrow for me, it's going to be Are We on the Road to War? Speech of U.S. Senator Robert M. La Follette, Jr. of Wisconsin, delivered over the CBS network, September the 11th, 1940. I hope some of you really do ponder these words and like I say, just change the names and the times. Everything's still applicable. Would we go from here? I don't know, but there are philosophers and great thinkers out there, and I have hope that as long as we keep the knowledge of how to have a republic where everybody is equal in every true sense of the word to the law, and everybody is accountable to their neighbor, and no one's looking at getting up above the rising floodwaters by climbing on their neighbor's shoulders and keeping them submersed. Maybe there might actually be hope. The republic that our founding fathers so long ago dreamt up and put into action, only to have it stripped away after the third presidency of this country. How can I say so emphatically? Look at the facts of what was enacted by the presidents after the third presidency. So that's your little homework. Who was the fourth president? Why did we have an erosion of America? I hope some of you can really give this some truthful thought.